Hey, what's up, Rotters? You know who it is. You know what time it is. Your boy Savage, aka Sev Loke. You tuning in to Sev Loke's Hood Tales. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to the politic. Big shout out to everybody showing the channel love. I appreciate the love and support and the interactions. Your boy had to get a fade, bro. It was getting too long. So you let me know if the Mohawk fade looks kind of crisp on Savage. Look, going for a new look. Back to business, back to the job sites, man. Got to make this money, so I had to change it up a little bit. So let's get to this video. And in this video, I'm gonna touch on two different subjects, and they come out the comment section. They want a couple individuals that follow my videos ask me to do these videos. So thank you guys both for suggesting these topics. And I appreciate the interactions, man. Good content. And to be honest, I'm only going to say what I actually know. I'm not going to try to go overboard with this subject because I'm not really too tapped into how these politics are ran or anything. And the first subject is from the homie Important Nobody. Thank you for the interaction, bro, and a good topic to talk about. So you asked me, is there white supremacist gangs out here in Denver, and do they beef with the gangs in the city limits in the Denver metro? And you asked me about that kind of a little bit. So to be truthful, to be honest, growing up, I never seen any white supremacist gang. I never seen, skinheads. I never seen none of that. I never even seen like the wood pile out here in Denver in the streets. That was something that I always heard about in California. That was something that I always heard about in the penitentiary. To be honest, the first time I ever came interacting with any of them dudes was on the yard. Crowley, Fremont, Trinidad Delta. Every single compound I went to, they had a handful of them individuals. And to be truthful, just to not be biased, there was a couple of them individuals I actually respected because their get down. They stood firm on their convictions. One crazy story, and it comes from the 211s, bro. 211s is a prison gang out here, white fools, and they actually push the line pretty tough. They're probably the more put together white boy politics in DOC out here. They're on the yard, bro. They're gonna get the keys off top. So this was crazy, bro, because we had a homie from the neighborhood, and he actually he was mixed. He was white and he had Mexican in him, and he had some relations with this fool from 211. And the 211 was really solid, bro. And it was crazy because at first, homie, I was all about, I don't care about your politics. But after a while, I earned respect for people's politics. And it didn't really matter from where you were from, bro. If you were solid, bro, you were solid. And because there's fake fools in every politics, and then there's real fools. And the homie's a loke, and like I said, he's white, he looks light complected, he's all tatted down, you know what I'm saying, struck down from the neck all the way down to the arms, and he's Mexican, but he looks more weirdo. Homie's kind of like, look at me, I look weirdo too. This fool had ties with the 211, so the paisas on the yard, they were super deep on the yard, right? And they had a tendency, whoever they got into it, they went in and tried to jump. They were jumping everybody. So they get into it with the waifus, and they jump one of the waifus, and then the waifus jump one of theirs. So the homie hits me up, and he's like, "Hey, bruh, I'm going out behind this fool, the homie from 211. And we have respect." And he was like, "You don't have to follow, but I'm going out there. You know what I'm saying? If it cracks off, I'm getting involved." I think he actually was his family or something, bro. It was crazy. So I said, "Nah, homie, I got you." So when he stood up and he went out and we were going to afternoon yard, you seen all the paisas in front and they were walking deep, and then you seen all the white fools in back of them fools, they were rolling deep, and then we kind of got behind them and we all went to the yard, and then the key holders basically talked it from the white boys and the paisas, right? They talked it out. So the next day we go to the yard, and pretty much we're on the yard, we're hitting the cable weights, we're doing some workouts, and all of a sudden I look up and the paisa fools, they come up like 15 deep, and there's only like 5 of us from our car out there working out, and they try to surround us. When they try to surround us, I go to check out this lap bar that you pull down. It's a metal bar, and I check it out, and then I come post, because if it cracks off, I'm gonna hit the first paisa to the left, and I'm gonna knock him out with the bar. Well, they seen that, and the paisas kind of got like, "Hey, watch out for him." In Spanish, they said, "Watch out for him." Well, then all of a sudden I look up, and all the white fools that had relationship with the homie, they walked up behind the paisas and surrounded them. They were like, "You guys good?" And we were like, "Yeah." And they stood right there, bro. So they actually backed us up. And they were real solid individuals, man. And like I said, that was the first time I ever actually, until I got to prison, I really didn't see them dudes in Denver at all. Like a white boy gang. You know what I'm saying? That was more prison. That was more of a prison face. Like, I never met any of them dudes before prison until I got to prison, met a gang of them dudes and some solid individuals. And then you would hear too, that fool used to think he was from this gang on the streets. That fool used to think he was a blood. That fool used to think he was a Crip, a G, this, that. And when they got to the yard, they turned into who they rode with on the yard. So in the streets, even out here, bro, they don't beef with the gangs. They don't really beef with the gangs out here in the Denver metro. They're not pushing a line like that. I did hear like a couple years ago, bro, the skinheads, they went downtown by the Civic Center Park, and they were living by Civic Center Park, and they were terrorizing that neighborhood, doing all kinds of racial stuff, bro, busting out people's window, robbing fools that were minorities, all kinds of crazy stuff. So that almost turned into something else. But besides that, bro, they're not really out here, and they don't have like a neighborhood that they're all in, bro. They're not really pushing the line like that against the gangs or none. The gangs don't beef with them fools like that. So to answer that question, and the next one out the comment section was, I think his name is Jess. He told me to talk about the tagging crews out here in Denver, because we all know when you're out here in Denver, you hear about tagging crews that actually turn into some gang activity and actually shot each other. So me being from the east side, we didn't really have tagging crews in the east side. There was not tagging crews at all. It was just straight gangs. But when you went to the west side and the north, you started seeing the tagging crews. And when I went to Jefferson High School, there was tagging crews over there. There was VAKs, there was KOD fools, there was SWO fools, BAP fools, there was NHK fools, MSK fools, there was C-Dub fools, PA fools, and then the west side had Dub K's and EMS, Envy My Style, and you know what I'm saying, RTD fools. There was like a gang of tagging crews in the west side, bruh. And there was a couple of incidences out here, because Dub K, Wickedest Kings, and the EMS fools, Envy My Style, them fools actually were beefing, like gang beefing. And they were tripping with each other, because I don't know what happened. They whacked out one of the Dub K fools. The Dub K fools started tripping with these fools, and actually they shot some EMS fools. So it turned into a bigger thing than just tagging. You know what I'm saying? So they were really getting it in, And the first time I actually came across tagging crews, I was living in the Westwoods, and I was over there by the Westwood Projects, and where I was living, to get to the projects, and like the homie's house was down the street, you would have to go down the streets by the school and the projects, bro. And then they had a big house on right in the middle of the block, like this big duplex. And when you go over to their property, you will see Dub K everywhere, hit up in that neighborhood. But Me and a couple of my little partners were going over there a lot, and then we had some associates that were over there. So, I was kind of staying throughout there. And one night we're walking, and we're walking down the street, and all of a sudden I hear this whistle, and I looked around, and the homies started, you know what I'm saying, banging whatever, wooty woo. And then all of a sudden, these little taggers come out, and they were like, "This is Doug K territory." We started laughing at them, like, "We're not taggers, homie. This is we bang, homie. Oh, you fools ain't EMS." So they kind of try to press us, but yeah. So they really be trying to get it in with the the taggers and the tagging wars, bro. You know what I'm saying, out here in the West. So they were actually they killed each other, bro. So watch where you at. Even the taggers get it in, bruh. But you know what it is, man. My high salute to everybody. I hope I answered the questions. You know what it is. Let's go.